Take a moment, my friend, and think if you had a lot of vocabulary, how would be your fluency level? I believe that you would be speaking this language very fluently, right? But you have lack of vocabulary. I would say you have limited vocabulary. That is why you are unable to explain anything nicely. And that is why you are not able to speak this language very fluently, right? So why not doing hard work on vocabulary, right? Because we have found the key of fluency. I would say that yes, our speaking is very important, but we can't deny the fact that learning vocabulary is also very important. Because if you have a lot of vocabulary, you are going to speak the way you want. Okay, because see what happened, if you have less vocabulary, so you can speak only one way. But if you have a lot of synonyms of that vocabulary, and any way you can speak the same thing, right? I would say, and you can make your speaking beautiful, right? But the thing is that many people, they struggle while learning vocabulary because it's not easy, my friend. I still find it little challenging. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to share with you how you can learn vocabulary. Today in my area, wind is blowing very fast way. That is why I wasted a lot of time in order to find conducive place. Finally I found this place. I think from here I can make my video peacefully. This is not the important topic for you, right? So let's come on the topic. The topic is how to memorize vocabulary fast way. Hello and welcome to my channel English with Anita. I hope you people are doing great and learning this language great way. So in today's video I'm going to share with you how to memorize vocabulary smart way and fast way. As we know, my friends, if we want to speak English language or any other languages also, we need to have enough words, right? So in order to speak English also, we need to have a lot of vocabulary. But most of us, we find it challenging to memorize vocabulary, right? Then how did I used to learn vocabulary when I was a beginner? See, my friend, when I was a beginner, it was really hard to remember vocabulary and use them manually, I would say. I used to remember anyhow, but when it came to using them, I couldn't use them very properly, okay, when I was a beginner. So in your case, you might be having the same kinds of issue. After getting some vocabulary, you might be not able to use them, right? So what would be my recommendation for you? I would say that, as we know, my friend, there are multiple of ways to learn vocabulary. First one is listening. If you listen, from there also you are going to find vocabulary, right? But sometime as a beginner, they don't understand. While listening, they can't get all the things that what people are talking, right? So no problem, still you should continue listening, but try to jot down if you find any new vocabulary. Okay, second thing, while reading also, right? When we read, we come across a lot of new words, right? That time we should try to write down and then Google and then try to learn how to use them. Third way, I would say that speaking also. When you speak with someone, they are going to use and explain things a different way. From there also you are going to learn, right? So listening, reading and talking with people also, you can learn vocabulary. Other way, I would say, start watching only vocabulary related video. Yes, you heard it right. See, my friend, when I was a beginner, I started watching only vocabulary related video. Why? Because when I went for listening some other thing, I wasn't able to understand because I was weak. I had less vocabulary. Okay, that is why I could not understand whatever people used to speak. Okay, that is why I started watching only words related video. Okay, Hindi to English, and anyhow I had to learn vocabulary. And after that I used to watch how to make sentences, because after finding vocabulary, we are not smart enough to use them. We are not smart enough to make the sentences, right? Sometime it just happened, and it was happening when I was a beginner. So if you are a beginner, you might be having problem here. After finding any vocabulary, you might be not able to use them, right? So try to search that how to make the sentences. If you put on Google your words, then if you scroll down, then a lot of videos are available. Then you can find how to use them. And once you know how to use them or how to make sentences, it will be hard to forget, right? Otherwise, what happened? We learn, we forget, because we don't know how to use them. So before we start learning vocabulary, I would say we should know how to use them. Then we will not forget and we will have a lot of vocabulary, right? So what you should do after learning vocabulary, try to find on Google and see some videos regarding those vocabulary. If you are a beginner, it's not for intermediate level people. They are smart enough to make the sentences, but for beginner they are not. That is why they need to learn vocabularies separately. You should do this thing. Other than that one, what you should do, my friend, when I was a beginner, I used to watch cartoon, really. So I found it very easy for me, okay? They used to do some makeup, like I'm putting on makeup, I'm combing my hair, I'm running, and like so on and on. I found it that my vocabulary started getting better. In your case also, if you start watching cartoon, and in cartoon also, don't go for a story type of cartoon, just go for vocabulary only, okay? Just like I'm mopping, I'm brushing, these kinds of things, try to watch, and you will see that you will accumulate unknowingly a lot of vocabulary. What happened, my friend, if we try to learn any words and there is no connection with that words, most probably we forget them. So how can we remember for forever? I can't say for forever, but for a few months I would say, okay? Maybe you can't forget it for forever if you work hard, right? If you know how to use them properly, and if you get mastery on those vocabulary, that how to use them, then you are not going to forget them, okay? So how can you use them? First of all, learn from anywhere, Google, and try to learn in your mother tongue also, no problem, okay? And I used to learn Hindi to English because English to English was difficult for me. I'm not from English medium, so that I can understand English to English, okay? So I used to find vocabulary in English and then translate it into Hindi and then make the sentences Hindi to English. And that's how I found that my vocabulary started getting stronger. In your case also, whatever your mother tongue is there, try to search vocabulary in your mother tongue. Because see, in this language we are new, okay? And we don't have enough knowledge to make the sentences then and there. And if we don't make the sentences, we are going to forget our vocabulary. It's not good, right? So we don't want to forget our vocabulary. That is why we need to make the sentences. And I know that for beginner it's not very easy to learn the vocabulary and then make the sentences. It's very hard, okay? That is why if you want to make perfect sentences, watch video and try to use them in sentences. And moreover, try to make story type up also, tell the routine in that one, try to use some vocabulary. Tell other topic and try to use deliberately the word which you are learning, which you have learned already, okay? And don't try to learn a lot of vocabulary in a day, otherwise you will be confused, okay? So if you learn little bit vocabulary, there will be less chances that you will get confused and you will lose them, you will forget them. You will not forget if you learn little bit vocabulary or few vocabulary every single day. My friend, it was really very challenging for me. Now it is not that much challenging, okay? First of all, watch video. Second thing, try to use in sentences. Third things, try to make a story, or I would say that try to tell daily routine and use those vocabulary. Fourth one, I would say, try to read books. Really, if you read book, then if they use any vocabulary, example, let's suppose you are not understanding that particular words, if you read whole phrase or little bit more, then you will damn sure understand. You will definitely understand, okay? So when you are reading book, that time also the chances are there that you will find new vocabulary. In my case, my friend, reading helped me a lot, and that is why I prefer to read, because the day I read, I feel that I find vocabulary as well as I speak little better way also. That the day I don't read and I start making my video or I start talking with people, I feel that I start mispronouncing a lot of words, okay? But if I read or just I do shadowing practice, that time there are less chances that I make mistake, just like pronunciation mistake and other also. So in your case also, if you are finding it very challenging, then my friend, take the small step. I would say try to learn only vocabulary instead of watching movie and all. Yeah, you can, but first of all focus on your vocabulary. But here question arises, how many vocabulary we should have, right? So there are no certain amount of vocabulary. You can learn as many as you want, but the more you have, the better you are going to speak. Remember that things in your mind. The more you have, the better you are going to sound, the better you are going to explain things. I would say that you'll become fluent also, okay? So that is why try to learn vocabulary this way. And other than that one, my friend, if you want to become a fluent speaker, then no one can deny the fact that without speaking, we can't become a fluent speaker, right? So speaking is uttermost important. Doesn't matter you have a lot of vocabulary or not, but start speaking, whatever you have, okay? And then while speaking, try to learn vocabulary, try to use them. It will be hard to forget them if you do such things, and day by day you will become a fluent speaker. Many people, they keep thinking, I have less vocabulary, I don't have proper grammar knowledge, and I make a lot of mistakes. They think a lot, but I must say that stop thinking and start speaking, because your thinking will not make you fluent, okay? What will make you fluent? The more you speak, the better you are going to become, okay? So do such things, my friend. You are going to become a fluent speaker, really. And focus on your vocabulary, but don't take it very seriously. I would say, just learning a lot of vocabulary and then feeling tired, feeling exhausted, that I can't learn anymore. No, make it interesting. If you are learning any vocabulary, try to share with your friends, then you will not forget them. I would say that search some example how to use them, then there are less chances that you are going to forget them. This is how I used to do. Still I search vocabulary, because I am not very fluent, I feel. And many people, they are still learning vocabulary. It doesn't matter in which level you are, whether you are beginner. If you are beginner, you need to learn a lot of vocabulary. If you are intermediate, less. I would say advanced, little less. But I would say it doesn't matter on which level you are, you should try to learn new vocabulary. And on the base of your vocabulary, if you are going to use them, then it determines your fluency. That is why try to learn vocabulary as many as you can, and then you will start sounding good and natural and speak this language very fluently. So do these kinds of activity and become a fluent speaker. This is what I wanted to share with you. I hope you people like my video. If you, then please like, share, subscribe. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day.